And the last thing I'm going to do is I would like to begin the process of awarding the HIPAA Summit Distinguished Award to really a pillar of the HIPAA and health information security community, Chris Apgar, who unfortunately passed away recently in December of 2021. I know that many of us were very familiar, either we personally knew Chris or we knew him from much of his speaking engagements and his publishing and all the opportunities he took to really give up his time and efforts to help educate the community on information security. He'll be greatly missed. I'm going to hand it over to one of the other co-chairs, Rob Tennant, to say a few more words about Chris Apgar and his incredible role in the health information community. So with that, let me pass it over to Rob. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam, for that introduction. And it is my honor to say a few words on my thoughts about Chris Apgar and the loss to the HIT community. First, I wanted to thank Dr. Peter Grant for recognizing the wonderful work that Chris has performed, not only with the HIPAA Summit, but with the broader HIT community. I had the pleasure of getting to know Chris very, very well. We both served on the WEDI board of directors for many years and actually co-chaired the privacy and security work group and other work groups. And I can tell you that Chris was the go-to guy on the WEDI board when there was any issues, questions, or concerns about the world of privacy and security. The board relied on Chris's expertise to help guide it through some very challenging times with regulations and legislation. And I personally learned so much from Chris over, probably 5 or 6 years serving on the board of directors together. Chris was not only an expert, candidly, with privacy and security, but WEDI obviously deals with a lot of issues outside of those areas. And Chris's expertise certainly expanded into those, for example, the HIPAA transactions world that I'm so interested in. But it's a terrible loss for the industry, obviously a terrible loss for Chris's family. But he will be well remembered, and he continues to be sort of a beacon for the HIPAA Summit world. And so I wanted to, again, congratulate him and his family for this very well-deserved award, and also extend my condolences to Julia and the entire Apgar family. And with that, I am really pleased to introduce Julia Huddleston, who will give us a little more flavor and background on Chris and his life.
Thank you, Rob. And good morning, everybody. My name is Julia Huddleston, and I am, Chris's partner both in business and in life. I want to thank you for the honor that you've given Chris with the HIPAA Summit Distinguished Service Award. I know how proud Chris would be to find himself as part of this group. Experts and leaders in our field, names that we all know, people whose thoughts and advice we look to for guidance on the path forward. What a legacy for Chris to leave behind. Because I hope you know that Chris truly valued the work that all of you do in the HIPAA privacy and security space. He believed that personal information should remain personal unless a person chooses to share it. And really, what's more personal than somebody's medical information, or PHI in the jargon? Chris was also a very early adopter of the now common adage that you don't have privacy without security. And he so loved working with people to craft practical solutions to tricky situations. To continue Chris's mission, Chris's legacy, let's move forward together. Let's educate and guide those who need to protect personal information. And on behalf of all of our family, and on behalf of myself, and most of all on behalf of Chris, thank you.
Thank you, Julia. And once again, my condolences to you and your family, and just thank you to Chris for all the great work he's done. So we're now actually, it's my honor to introduce our first keynote of the day, the relatively new director, Lisa Pino, from the Office for Civil Rights, who is going to now talk about an update on OCR policy and enforcement. So with that, I will turn it over to Lisa.